I was just wondering. Now, yeah, recent you will have two band members leaving the band after this tour. Do you talk about these kind of things with each other, or is that a thing that everybody has for its own?
I think we talked about it more before. I mean, the thing is, I mean, everyone's been in the band for quite some time. I mean, and you have to keep in mind that, because I know some fans are going like, this is like, oh, the original lineup is being broken down. Yeah. And to me, it's like, this is not the original lineup. This is, I mean, the original lineup was somewhere in the mid-'80s. I mean, it's constantly been changing. And I hate it. I really hate it every time you have to see people go. And I mean, from that perspective, it's something you have to deal with. But if we hadn't kept going, I mean, if we'd given up when that happened, like in the past, a long time ago, the Pain of Salvation albums that people consider the roots of Pain of Salvation, because those are the first albums, would never have come into life, because they're already the result of lineup changes and music direction changes, you know, and so all of that is, it's part of the Pain of Salvation creature. It's not the pretty part, but it's I don't know, maybe the necessary part. I don't know.
Because yeah, the list, when you look on sites like Wikipedia, it gets longer and longer of past. Yeah. Does it sometimes makes you feel insecure that you're maybe too demanding, or yeah, I'm not sure. Is there a certain reason?
I just think it's proof of that I am the one insane enough to keep going year after year after year. Maybe it's easier. I wouldn't say easier. Maybe it's more unavoidable for me, because I have to make the music. I mean, that's what I do. It comes out of me whether I want it or not. I can quit the band. I'm going to continue to do this anyway with something else. So it feels like I don't have as much of a choice as the other guys. And maybe when they get drained and when they lose, you know, whatever I mean, the thing is, it's really, you have to make so many sacrifices in the music industry, and especially today. It's getting harder and harder every year. And so you have to make lots of sacrifices. And of course, the more you get on the other side, the easier it is to tip the scale. So, I mean, what we've seen so far is usually, I mean, in the early days, it was like, you know, I really want to focus on soccer. That was like, that was back then, you know. Today's family. I mean, we're getting to the age when people get families, and it's just...
Has it for you been an issue? You have also...
Yeah, cool. I mean, me and my wife, we're dealing with this every year, because it's a big sacrifice. But in the end, as I said, it's like, I'm doing this anyway. These sacrifices are some sort of artistic sacrifices. And those, if you want to look at them as problems or enemies to family stability or whatever, those problems would probably be there still if I quit the band. Because that's what I do. I would still write music. I would still have sleeping disorders. I would still, I mean, all of that comes with the territory would still be in the negative way, you know, scale, sort of.
Now with Fredrik and Johan, do you see they announced maybe at some point to you, but do you see something like that coming ahead already a little bit? Do you sense when people are starting to a little bit maybe drift more to the family side, or is that something that
it's been different for different members, but with Johan, for instance, he's actually quit the band before, but in so short periods of times, it never came out. It was never getting to the point where we needed to announce it. It was not just before a tour. It was like between two albums or whatever. He had a new girlfriend and he wanted to focus on the girlfriend, so he quit, and then he broke up with his girlfriend and he wanted to get back into the band. So I think that he's been sort of like balancing this scale for quite some time. Wanting I think especially wanting to be home more. I think that is one of the main reasons. So, and with Fredrik, I think he's having his sort of personal issues that he's dealing with. I don't know if this is going to help, but I mean, I can't force people to stay put, you know, and just stay in the band. I completely understand that.
But do you see it then a little bit as your role? I mean, you talk then maybe with them to maybe make sure that the decision they make is the right one for them.
Yeah. I mean, we've had long talks, definitely, and as I said with Johan, we've had long talks before. There's only you can only sort of like talk someone into staying for so long, you know, and then you have to sort of we have to find another solution, and you know, because it's not, you don't have a very good you don't have a good stability if you're constantly sort of not sure whether someone is going to stay or not for the long run, you know.